Hi, it's Steve Shupert again with Working Smarter Rescue Tips. We're going to talk a little bit about wood cribbing, and in particularly what are some cribbing fouls. What are some things that people often do with cribbing which don't really help a positive outcome to the rescue. You might be getting away with it, but it ain't necessarily the right thing to do. So what we got built here is a 2x2 box cribbing built from Southern Yellow Pine. Each cross-grain connection, Southern Yellow Pine, 6,000 pounds of compressive strength, so 6 times 4, 24,000 pounds capacity within this 2x2 box crib right here. So, how tall can we build a box crib? Typically with something that's moving, an object that has potential of moving around quite a bit on us, like a vehicle, you build it twice as tall as the base. If you were cribbing, let's say, a staircase in a home that's been damaged by fire, a staircase, an object that's not particularly suited to move, you can go up to 3 times, providing you got good surface contact. You keep your crib towers nice and straight and uniform as possible. If you have to change the slope or the direction of your crib box, cut yourself some wedges. Can't tell you how important it is to have wedges in your cribbing inventory to make up all those incremental widths that are in between your 4x4 sizes. You'll often see guys do stuff like this, and they'll stack two 4x4s on top of each other to make the connection to create that level of stability. Keep in mind that your load needs to be centered in the center third of the crib box as much as possible. So when you get it out on the edge like this, those ratings of 6,000 pounds per connection point, you may have to compensate for. Also, you might be able to get away with this depending on the situation. What you could not get away with is doing this 3 times. That is definitely a cribbing foul. You need to reconfigure your stabilization plan accordingly, and that is just too much height and too tippy and defeats the purpose of stabilization. So as we talked about, 6,000 pounds per connection point. What if I got that big cement mixer tipped over on its side? That big huge load that is going to outdo my capacity for my cribbing here at 24,000 pounds on a 2x2 box crib. Simply add another layer. So now I have 3, 6, 9 connection points. 9 times 6, 54,000 pound crib box capacity. The other thing that weighs into this is the grade of the wood. So take a look at these 2 pieces of wood in comparison. Nice tight summer and winter growth rings here, coming out from the center point. I want at least 8 or 9 dark rings per linear inch. You can see I'm nowhere close to that on this piece of cribbing. This piece of cribbing is going to outperform this piece of cribbing. That 6,000 pounds rating is based on certain characteristics within the Southern Yellow Pine, not just any piece of Southern Yellow Pine. So grade your wood, make sure it's free of cracks like this. This is way too cracked. If it has knots like this, make sure they're good and tight, and only one per probably stick of cribbing, and get those vehicles stabilized. And thanks for watching Working Smarter.